What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 8, Episode 3. So if you haven't seen the third episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas of Season 8, turn this video off. Go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. It's a simple, free, anonymous way to support my channel. The best way you can help and support my channel is by liking and subscribing to the video. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words and say and so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And please comment below what you would grade this week's episode and what you thought of this week's episode. If there's anything that I forget to talk about or don't mention that you thought I should have, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. This episode, I mean, these episodes are really not giving. Like, this episode didn't give me anything that I felt like was gonna like spin my head or have me like, whoa. Or, I'm just gonna have to give it a C minus. It's not, this episode didn't do anything for me. Maybe I'll change the grade at the end of the review after I talk about it. But I don't think that I'm going to. But for right now, I'm going to give it a C minus because I don't think anything significant happened to where I should give it a higher grade. But of course, leave your grades in the comments if you think it should be higher, think it should be lower, all that stuff. Comment below. So Last Chance, Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 8, Episode 3. If you have not seen it, turn this video off so you won't get anything spoiled for yourself. So the episode begins where we left off in last week's episode, where the girls come up to Andy's penthouse and they see Robin there and they're like, ooh, what's going on here, you know? So Robin leaves and the girls, they start questioning Andy about why is Robin here, you know, and the whole Jordan and Gary mess, because remember, they still didn't know why the fuck she's about to marry Gary anyway and why she dumped Jordan and all that. So Andy finally reveals to them, you know, I didn't want to marry Gary, but he was blackmailing me. He had photos of Jordan. He threatened to kill Jordan. So I only did that so he would leave Jordan alone. So Danny's like, well, does Jordan know all this? And Andy's like, well, not yet. Haven't got a chance to talk to him. Sabrina's like, well, that seems romantic. You was doing it for love. And now you and Jordan can be together. Because remember, the girls still didn't know that Gary's alive. So this is when Andy lets them know Gary is still alive. And she tells them that Robin is now her attorney and that he's advising her not to go see Jordan because it would look suspicious. He's advising her to go and sit by Gary's side, pretending to be the great, dutiful fiance. So then the ladies start speculating about Robin having motive, seeing as though, you know, Gary and Hayden tried to push him out the company. And Andy's like, oh no, I don't think Robin has anything to do with it. But towards the end of the video, towards the end of the show, it's looking like Robin may have something to do. I don't know. But Robin looking a little sus towards the end of this episode. So then Andy's telling them, you know, even though I didn't do, well, no, she says, even though I should have been scared or sad or something. She was like, I was actually relieved when I saw Gary's body laying lifeless on the floor. And the girls are telling her, they're like, that's normal. So then we cut away to the scene at the firm where Hayden is taunting Fatima when she gets to work. You know, saying, oh, your girl Andy might be the person you fuck up with or whatever. I mean, that might fuck y'all up or whatever the case may be. You know what, Hayden just talking shit to Fatima. And Robin walks over. Hold on, let me answer this text before he be worried about where I am. My bad, let me finish this text. Alright, so anyway. So Fatima comes into work. Hayden's talking shit, you know, like Andy got herself into some trouble. I'm about to be running the firm, da da da. You know, a whole bunch of bullshit. He talking to Fatima. Fatima is not paying no mind. She's basically like, I can't wait till Andy come back so she can fire your ass, da da da. Robin comes in, shocks the hell out of Fatima and Hayden. Fatima's like, what are you doing here? And you know, Robin basically explains, I came to help the company out since Leland passed away. And then he tells Hayden, oh, I need to talk to you in Andy's office. So then Fatima starts laughing and she's like, you about to get fired, slaps his ass, you about to get fired. That was the funniest scene of the episode. I mean, we saw that in last week's trailer for this episode, so it was kind of like not a surprise that it was about to happen. We knew it was going to happen, so even though it was funny last week when we saw it in the preview for this episode. But either way, so Hayden and Robin, they head into Andy's office. Andy tells Hayden that he wants him to cover Andy's caseload while she's out. And Hayden, this catches Hayden off guard, and Robin's like, well, you seem surprised. And Hayden's like, well, and then Robin cuts him off, and he's like, well, you thought that because you and Gary were trying to push me out the company, that it was going to be smoke. And Hayden's like, well, basically, he's like, well, I guess it's too late to make amends. And Robin's like, yeah, it is. But he's like, you know, it's all water under the bridge now, which no one believes. Then he tells Hayden that Fatima's going to be assisting him with Andy's cases, saying though Hayden is a tax attorney and Andy is a divorce lawyer. So we go back to the girls, and Andy's apologizing to them for basically involving them or the situation that they had to be in, where they had to be interrogated and stuff like that. And she's like, you know, they like, you don't have to apologize to us. Andy tells them she feels bad about Jordan and Penelope being brought into all this mess. And the girls remind Andy, like, look, you tried to tell Penelope what it was months ago, and she didn't listen. So it's kind of like not your fault. So then they start telling Andy, oh, you know, we got your back regardless, even if you did do it. So Andy's just shocked. She's like, you guys really think that I would do this? Da, da, da. She basically assures them that, I promise you on our friendship, I did not stab. Well, she said it in a weird way. She was like, I am not responsible for why Gary's in the ICU. I don't know why she said it like that. It was weird. But that's what she says. And I'm just like, okay. It was weird that she said it like that. Why she didn't just say, I promise you I did not stab Gary. But either way, so then she points out the fact that all the other ladies also had motives to want to stab Gary or want him dead or whatever the case may be. So back at the firm, Fatima approaches Hayden. You know, she's gloating, thinking that Hayden just got fired or whatever the case may be. This is when Hayden drops the bomb to her, like, I'm your boss, basically. Like, he's like, now you work for me because Robin then gave me Andy's caseload. And Fatima's like, oh, I don't believe he would do no dumb shit like that. Especially after what you and Gary tried to do, pushing him out the company. And Hayden's like, well, that's water under the bridge. And now you're my subordinate. And I'm going to be running this company soon. And Andy is in the dust. This, that, and the third. So then he walks off on Fatima. Fatima tries to call Andy, but she gets no answer. And the next thing you know, Robin comes up to her, and he's like, I know that things were just willy-nilly when I was gone, but now that I'm back, we're not just gonna be taking breaks whenever we want. You're gonna work while you want to clock. If you want to clock, you need to go to your office and work. Because Fatima was like, she's about to step out for a minute. And Robin was like, no, we're not doing that. Go to your office, do your work, whatever. So Fatima tries to call Andy again. Zach ends up calling her back because Fatima didn't realize she called Zach. And, you know, Fatima's just telling Zach, you know, Hayden is in here being Hayden, trying to take Andy's spot. And she need to call. She's trying to warn Andy about what Robin did and about Hayden, basically. So we go back to the ladies, and the ladies are all, first they point out Danny's motive to why she would want to stab and kill Gary. Then Danny points out all the other ladies' motives. They have this whole little moment, and then they realize that they all come together, and they're like, nope, well, none of us did it. Then we cut away to the scene at the hospital where this unknown person goes in. They masked up. They go in McGarry's hospital room. They inject his IV with something that we don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's something that would kill him. I don't know. Go back to the girls, and, you know, Andy, you know, she's like, although I hated Gary and he put me through so much and da-da-da, I can't imagine a world without him. She's like, does that make me, like, pathetic? And the girls are like, no, this makes you human. We know you loved him at one point, da-da-da-da. So then the ladies, they all come to a realization that they need to, they make it a priority, should I say, like, to make sure that they check in with each other more, like when they used to. So Andy finally answers Fatima's call. Fatima's trying to warn her about Robin, tell her what Robin's up to at the company. Andy kind of like cuts her off and Fatima doesn't really get to tell Andy what she wanted to tell her. Robin comes over to Fatima and is like, what was that phone call about? And then we cut away to the hospital. Andy just gets there to the hospital and she's confronted by Hudson. He's like, where do you think you're going? And that's how the episode ended. And I'm just like, I mean, we didn't really get anything. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking it's the friend, Hudson. I'm thinking it's Hudson that did this to Gary, because he was the only one at the hospital that could have dressed up and masked up and went in there and shot the IV. I don't know, but it's just like, all the people that we suspecting don't seem like they would do it, but you never know. I mean, I guess that's going to be the plot twist. I guess they're going to go this whole season, like, who killed Gary. I'm wondering if he's going to actually die now since they shot the IV. It's just like not a lot going on. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I mean, not a lot going on. It's just those so many scenes with them just talking about, I mean, I get it. It's sisters, so they're supposed to have these sisterly moments or whatever, but it's like the show is just so dragged along. It's just so annoying. But I would still give it a C-. We didn't get anything out of that. I can't believe Robin actually gave Hayden Andy's caseload when they are two different types of attorneys. I thought that was weird. I feel like they should have just brought somebody new in or let Fatima handle it. I don't know with the case. I don't know how that works, but now I'm thinking Robin is up to something the way he was coming at Fatima. So we just have to wait and see what happens with that. And yeah, I mean, we don't see a lot going on in the next episode neither from what they showed in the preview. But yeah, those are my little thoughts of what have yous for this week's episode. Let me know your little thoughts and what have yous and what you would grade this week's episode in the comments. And if I forgot to talk about something that I should have, which I don't think I did, but if I did, leave it in the comments. And like and subscribe to the channel. It's the simplest, easiest way to support my channel. Help me get to over 300 subscribers because I want to build my channel up. And I want to start being able to go live and have people come in live while I'm reviewing a show instead of just recording and then throwing it on YouTube. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.